Alright, this is going to be kind of a quick update video. I'm going to show you a few of the things I've kind of tweaked and stuff that I found kind of helps me and makes this whole thing work out a little bit better. I'm not going to cover too much a lot of this because a lot of this has been done in a previous video. But as you can see, I use the Krogs mask, which adds penetration. I also use the Lucky set, which gives me weapon damage and stamina. Everything else is Twice-Born Star. Now, I've got two menaces under the Twice-Born Star. I use the Thief, which of course adds critical, but instead of the Shadow, I use the Warrior. Now you might ask, well, why did I do that? Well, as you can see, my critical with the heavy armor isn't all that much. So the Shadow is going to proc on a critical hit, and as we can see here, it's not going to proc all that often. So I wanted something that would hit all the time, and the Warrior actually gives me that. Now, for PvE purposes, you could use a trait besides Impenetrable, preferably Divines, as you don't have to worry about critical hits. I just did this experimenting out in Cyrodiil, and it actually works out pretty well. You take a lot less damage, and you know, you can still deal out a lot of damage with this build. Of course, everything, as you can see, is the attributes are in stamina. My stamina recovery isn't all that great, but I have the food on, which gives me max health, max stamina, and max magicka. But what I could do is go with this. That would give me max stamina and max stamina recovery. Now, in any build, of course, you know that if you're a magicka character, you want to max out your magicka, because the more magicka you have, the more damage you can do. Same with stamina. So, anyway, when you're out in PvE or even PvP, something else to consider is your critical isn't all that great, but what you can do is use a weapon power potion, and that'll increase your critical by 10%. So now all of a sudden my critical is at 46%, which really isn't too bad. Now, something else I've gotten into is my champion points, and this has helped me out quite a bit. My under the Lord tree increases the effectiveness of healing Recede by 8%. It's 7.8, but we'll just call it 8%. I've also put points instead of the medium armor focus into the heavy armor focus, just because, you know, we are playing with more than 5 pieces of heavy armor. Going over here, under the apprentice tree, I've got 11 points in here, and that adds another 5.3. So we're just going to say 11.4% added healing. Well, when you're getting into a battle, here's another thing to consider. Increase your healing received by 14% while a draconic power ability is active. Well, you add that 14% on top of the 11.4%. You know, you're looking at 25.4% of added healing that's pretty close to major mending. Major mending is 25%. So you can actually my critical heals are critting at about 5.1%. Now this healing also affects your other abilities like Flurry. This is going to heal you for a lot more. Now I'll demonstrate that in a minute. I'm going to attack this guy in a minute. Notice the green numbers to the left of the screen going up. Now, this is from my forward momentum. This is what it's healing me for. 1.4k, and every once in a while it'll crit. It'll go just a little bit higher. 2.3. Okay. Now getting into this. Now, did you notice there? The numbers were critting right up to about 6.6k from my Bloodthirst ability. That's quite a bit. So that's really helped me out as well. Now, another thing that really helps out with this build is you're not going to have a lot of stamina recovery. So you're going to want to do heavy attacks, but while you're doing heavy attacks, it makes sense that your heavy attacks will be 40% stronger. So Molten Armaments gives you that. It gives you that added 40% in terms of damage. See if I can find a victim here. Gonna run down my stamina a little bit. Okay, you notice that my stamina replenishment was right at around 2300 every time I hit. So my stamina regenerated in a fairly quick amount of time. And I also added ultimate. So my ultimate is maxed out right now, so I'm going to as you can see, just from that short fight, I was able to generate 50%, actually 65% of the ultimate I just used. Now, if I was to use that ultimate again, the Earthenheart passive Battle Roar comes into effect, and that will restore my resources as well. So the heavy attacks restore the ultimate, which restores the resources. all works out pretty well. So I just thought I'd show you a couple quick tips, and I guess the upcoming patch, supposedly they're going to be nerfing some things. I guess something to do with stamina regeneration and that sort of thing. So I guess the the ESO community is kind of in an uproar about it. They're not too happy about it. I have a feeling it probably won't be that bad. It'll just require you to adjust your play style, and this will do it for you. This will give you a lot of resources back as you play it, and it gives you a lot more tankiness as well. So hope this helps you guys out, and there's a couple tips in here that are pretty worthwhile. So I guess I'll talk to you guys later. Take care.